Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do a review of Prophecy by Tetsuya Tsutsui. This writing's really small, I apologize, I can't really read it from here, but anyway. This is a vertical release. It is 3 volumes long. If I remember correctly, I think there is a spin-off series or a sequel or something of that sort that is related to this, or maybe just written by the same mangaka in the same universe. I'm not entirely sure, and I haven't looked into it. Um, but this is the full series, this 3 volumes. You can buy this and read this and not have anything to do with if there is actually a spin-off sequel, whatever. This is a complete story. And I went into this not knowing much. I knew it had something to do with terrorism and cyber crime or whatever, but I didn't really know what the story was about, and it's hard to talk about this without spoiling anything, so I'm not going to go too far into what the story is, but hopefully will pique your interest in checking it out. What I really enjoyed about it was, like I said, it's a complete story. From start to finish, you're on this ride, and you're unraveling what is going on. You see from the perspective of I don't want to call him the main character because you honestly more closely follow this woman here, who is the head detective or the head person in this, I guess, the cybercrime unit, who is investigating this cyber terrorism situation. And but you do see both sides. You get the terrorists side as well as the detective side. And so it's very interesting because you're kind of piecing everything together based on the information that both sides have, but you know that everything the police have isn't necessarily correct information, and a lot of it is speculative. But then on the other hand, you're not seeing enough of the terrorist side to see or to know the full picture until the very end, and that's what I enjoyed. The first volume, I was actually a bit disappointed because this is a series I've wanted for a long time and been interested in, and I read the first volume and I was getting through it and I'm going, this isn't really grabbing me in a way that I thought it was going to. I wasn't as invested, but it was close to the end of the first volume and then definitely into the second volume. I was really hooked on the story and wanted to know what was going to happen next. I did read this whole series in one sitting. And I think that's the best way to do it. I think if you took a break in between, like too long of a break, if you read them within a couple days, it's probably fine. But if you took too long of a break between volumes and waited like a week or so in between, I think that you would miss things and it wouldn't feel as satisfying. This felt like a movie. These 3 volumes. This felt like it could have been a movie, and you want to know, like, you want to really be paying attention and start at the beginning and just go all the way through to the end. And it felt complete and very much like I had just watched a movie about some terrorist attack and a detective trying to figure it out. So yeah, I mean, these volumes are just regular kind of size volumes. I mean, they're the smaller trim size, but like in terms of the amount of pages, they're about regular size. So this took me maybe an hour and a half to read. I read about a volume of manga usually takes me about half an hour. So yeah, it was about a movie length, and it was enjoyable. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but it didn't end at all like I thought it was going to. The story did not go in the direction I was expecting at all, by any means, which kept me on the edge of my seat and kept me surprised and shocked, and I love when I don't know what's going to happen. Um, I don't like being bored. I don't read manga to be bored. I read it so that I can be entertained, and this kept me entertained. And that's all I can really ask for, honestly. I'm going to see if I can find some art here that isn't really. This mangaka has a very particular style with faces. It was. It's pretty good. I don't see. Like, there are backgrounds at some points, but there aren't a ton of them. Yeah, the art's decent. It's nothing to really write home about. This one is really, it's about the story. It's about the unraveling of the mystery of what the motive is of these individuals, why they're doing this, what they're actually doing, what they're trying to accomplish, all of that kind of stuff. And if you enjoy detective work stories, if you enjoy anything to do with terrorism and cyber crime, then definitely check this out. It's a fun kind of modern take on crime and solving crime, and uh yeah, it's got this badass female lead detective on the case, and it's really fun to watch her and her team try to figure out what the point of this all is. And then when you come to the end of the story, you are also like, wow, that was so, like, I wasn't expecting that at all. And it was so well orchestrated, and everything just came to a head at the end of the manga, and it was so good. I really, really enjoyed this. I highly recommend reading it if this sounds like it's up your alley. Um, yeah, it was a fun ride. I don't know what the rereadability of this would be. I feel like I'd need to take a couple years of a break before I reread it, because once you know the twists and the turns, then it won't be as shocking. The ending won't be as shocking, which is the whole like enjoyment of it. But that being said, it may be fun to reread and try and find the clues along the way to that I may have missed in the first time because I didn't know I should have been looking for them, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it'll be a while before I reread this for sure. But I did really enjoy it. I'm glad I got my hands on it, and I'm really glad to own it and have read it. So definitely recommend checking out Prophecy. If you've read it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If you know anything about if there's a spin-off or whatever, or a sequel or something, also leave that in the comments. Let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.